once upon a time. 4 words that can take us away into faraway lands where Maharajas and talking animals live together with magicians and gods. The thing about stories is that when narrated well, even the most mundane one can sound like a fairy tale. And no matter how old we are, we're never too tired for a good story or even a puppet show for that matter.
कौन जवान? लीजिए ये कहते काट की बेजान कठपुतली, भांड ₹2, नकली ₹2, एक जान की 2 जान, डबल रोल, काट की बेजान कठपुतली आपका मनोरंजन किस प्रकार करती है? ओ मारी सवाल आखिरी रूम गम गई डोली, मारी सवाल आखिरी रूम गम गई डोली.
Legend has it that when Amar Singh Rathore governed the land of Nagaur for Emperor Shah Jahan, a Behrupia visited his court. This man could change into a woman and back into a man in the wink of an eye. Those were exciting times, and Rajasthan's oral ballads celebrate it. The puppeteer works his Kathputli with a pull here and a tug there, changing the lifeless puppet into the Behrupia.
क्या बात है, बहुत अच्छे अंदर वाले जवान थे.
Well, the earliest references to puppetry in India, is considered, say, Mahabharata of 9th century BC, which it is considered. That's about the first reference. Then Panini in 4th century BC and Patanjali. So these are some references in old texts that we find. We have about 18 to 20 living traditions of glove, string, leather shadow and rod puppets. And these depend on the manipulative techniques that are used or the material that is used for playing them. Well, the themes by and large are from epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Purans, as also local tales and myths. But sometimes references to contemporary situations are made while they're improvising or while they're in the middle of something, then they will refer to something which is happening there and now.
For the past 40 years, Rajasthan's travelling puppeteering community, who specialises in string puppets or Kathputlis, have made Delhi their base. Practitioners of this art are people from the Bhat community of Nagaur. Though the travelling people have settled down at what is today known as the Kathputli colony, they continue to lead a simple life.
पपेटियर जितने भी ट्रेडिशनल आर्टिस्ट हैं, इन्होंने अपने कल्चर को अभी तक बचा के रखा हुआ है और अपने आर्ट को बचा के रखा हुआ है. और हम ज़्यादातर बंजारे टाइप के बंदे हैं, खुले में रहना पसंद करते हैं और खुले में घूमना पसंद करते हैं. आज तक हमारी औरतों ने अपने ट्रेडिशनल को बदला नहीं है. कॉस्ट्यूम के ज़रिए वो लहंगा पहनती है, घाघरा पहनती है, ओढ़नी ओढ़ती है, सारा कुछ करती है. लकड़ी का जो चूल्हा होता है, लकड़ी की जो आग होती है, उसी पे हम अपना खाना पीना बनाते हैं. सिलाई बुनाई का काम जितना है वो औरतें करती है, क्योंकि वो उनके हाथ और साफ ज़्यादा होते हैं. लकड़ी का काम, कार्विंग का जो है वो आदमी लोग करते हैं. दूसरा, फीमेल जो होती है वो कहानी के कहने पे स्टोरी टेलर्स का भी करती है, गाने का भी करती है, म्यूज़िक बजाने का भी करती है. और पपेट्री ही एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिसमें सारी कलाएं हैं।
But holding on to one's past can prove challenging in a cityscape where change and adaptation is the only way of survival. Amar Singh's stories have now been replaced by the dancing Anarkali, who imitates Bollywood trends through her jhatkas and matkas. Looking at the larger picture, only 18 to 20 Indian puppet traditions survive today. Those who refuse to adopt, those who fought change, have died a silent death, leaving behind just references of their existence within glass casings in museums. Like the Maharashtrian shadow puppet tradition, Orissa's dying Gopalila puppetry, or Tamil Nadu's Pavakuttu. While we have lost much to the changing social milieu, there are people like Puran Bhatt who has, within the traditional framework, been able to meet the demands of contemporary audiences.
मैं ट्रेडिशनल पपेटियर था, राजस्थानी पपेटियर हूँ और ख़ानदानी पपेटियर हूँ। मेरे दादा परदादा यही कठपुतली का खेल करते थे और मैं भी अपने पापा के साथ सीखता था और पापा के साथ ही करता था। लेकिन फिर मैंने एक श्री राम सेंटर में पपेट सेंटर खुला था, उसमें मेरे बड़े भाई साहब काम करते थे। वहाँ जो डायरेक्टर थे वो मिस्टर दादी पदम जी थे। उनके 2-3 शोज़ देखे मैंने और उनके शोज़ देखने के बाद मुझे लगा कि नहीं, पपेट हमारा ट्रेडिशनल भी है लेकिन ये भी कंटेम्प्रेरी जो है ये भी एक अपने आप में अनोखा है। तो कंटेम्प्रेरी जो था वो एक इमेजिनेशन पपेट्स हैं, आप उसके अंदर कोई एक साइज़ नहीं होता है और आप अपनी सोच से जितना मर्जी छोटा बनाना चाहते हैं छोटा बन जाता है, बड़ा बनाना चाहते हैं बड़ा बन जाता है। 10-10 फीट के 12-12 फीट के पपेट बन जाते हैं और 10-10 इंच 5-5 इंच का भी पपेट बन जाता है। तो वहाँ से मैंने कंटेम्प्रेरी सीखा और उसके बाद मैंने अपने ट्रेडिशनल को बाहर निकालने के लिए, उसे और थोड़ा अच्छा बनाने के लिए, जब भी मैं अपनी प्रोडक्शन बनाता हूँ तो उसमें कुछ नया डालने के लिए मैं कंटेम्प्रेरी स्टाइल का कुछ ना कुछ उसमें मिक्स कर देता हूँ।
His collaborations with national and international organizations and reputed artists has helped expand his horizons beyond finger-controlled string puppets. As a master Kathputli wala, he has travelled extensively and observed much, which has helped him explore the relationship between himself and his performing object, a practice never followed in the traditional setup. Western universities offer puppetry as a full-time course, and many modern Indian puppeteers are influenced by the techniques that they've learned in these universities. Children in Katputli colony are born performers. They have a sense of rhythm and they learn while assisting their fathers through the age-old Guru Shishya Parampara. Others, like Muhammad Shamim, had to work harder. He is a first-generation puppeteer who trained under Dadi Padamji, a pioneer in the field of modern Indian puppetry. Dadi's Ishara Puppet Theatre Trust specializes in contemporary productions that mix traditional puppet theatre elements with visual arts, dance and films.
What has happened in our country is that the classical arts, for instance, music, dance, theatre, I'm not against them, but they have more of a standing, or they've been pushed more, or there have been more people or more acceptance, and puppetry has still, you know, a sort of secondary art or third sort of rung after theatre. It's not only in India, in many countries this happens. There are many traditional puppet groups in India. I mean, many families who are, you know, trying to make ends meet. Some are doing very well, they've adapted to the situation or to the time. Some are left their profession because new media has come in, they're competing with that, or medium and message is not fitting properly. So, you know, the audiences have, you know, diminished. We have to remember tradition is not like a sugar-coated pill. Everything that's tradition need not be good, though it has its standing, and tradition is the base for even the modern thing. If I'm working with shadow puppets here, shadow puppets is the term. It's a traditional technique, but what we are doing with shadow puppets is maybe different which a traditional puppeteer is doing with shadow puppets.
When he began, he was probably the first professionally trained artist working in this field. Today, the Indian wing of UNIMA, a worldwide puppetry organization, has many registered artists. Puppetry itself has moved beyond storytelling and is used to educate, empower and spread awareness.
We've also done a project where UNESCO supported project on HIV awareness and substance abuse or drug abuse, where we've used puppetry as a non-formal medium, educational medium, and puppetry in our style, not conventional puppets, mask puppets, actors, objects, to use it as a means to inform people about these messages. When you talk about HIV or safe sex or gender issues and you talk about them through our puppets, they are a mirror to reality. If the live actor is doing that, we call it subjective theatre, and that sometimes causes an uneasiness within the audience or even the school principals. But when you're doing it with puppets, and if you're doing it with, for instance, in our awareness HIV, the play that was done, Chunauti, in safe sex, condom use was spoken about. Now, if you show a real condom in a school, it could be a problem. But we had a 5 feet, 6 feet big foam condom which was worn, which had no problem. It got through. Either it was humorous, whatever, but the message got through and it was easy to use. So that is the objective nature which we call in puppetry.
Theatre artist Royston Abel is exploring the relationship between puppet traditions and performing arts through his plays. In his theatre production, Old Town, the actors become puppets and these human Kathputlis narrate the story of, well, Amar Singh Rathore.
There is a very deep connection between the traditional theatre forms and puppetry. And for instance, the preliminaries of a performance, the idea of the Sutradhar and Vidushak, they are in different names and garbs in most of the traditions. And and what else? The sense of rhythm, the music, the text, and you know, they are like almost the same. Like for instance, if you take up Yakshagan Gombeyata, which is here, performances, it's very close to the Yakshagan performance of coastal Karnataka, or for that matter, Pava Kathakali of Kerala, very close to the Kathakali performances there. The evocation of Ras and Bhav, as in theatre, traditional theatre, is also present here.
With their expressions masked behind heavy makeup, the stringed moves of these actors match the dance of the Kathputlis in every possible sense. Breathing life into the Kathputlis in the literal sense of the word. Royston Abel's experimental theatre production, which uses human puppets, suggests the invisible link between man and the Kathputli. In the late 50s, when folk ritualistic theatre started showing signs of becoming brash and hybrid, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay decided to preserve and document this. Her collection of over 5,000 objects, which include textile, costume jewellery and puppets, are preserved in the Theatre and Crafts Museum on Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg, Delhi. Though forgotten by many, this little museum houses the performing arts history of India, with each piece in the collection having its own unique story.
It's been a part of rituals, part of celebrations, and sometimes it is also staged to ward off evil spirits and also to invoke rain gods in times of drought. In fact, I was at a festival in Andhra in Warangal some years back, and one of the best performers there was an elderly lady, and she spoke about her father who had a bet with the village headman because there was a time of drought, and he says, I will perform and see what happens, the rains will come. And they had a bet, and sure enough the rains came. And this is recorded in the Sangeet Natak Academy records.
The state of puppet theatre in many parts of India is a lot like this forgotten museum. There are times when the laws of the land have also come in the way of its survival. The 1959 Bombay Prevention of Begging Act considers performing on the streets in exchange for money a crime. This means that the Kathputli Wala can no longer survive as a street performer. But even then, this now settled travelling community sticks to some of their gypsy traditions. They live for the day, and their mornings are about performances and practices. Their evenings are about a game of cards, and their nights are set aside for good food and cheap alcohol.
यहाँ सब कलाकार हैं और अलग अलग तरह के कलाकार हैं। यहाँ कठपुतली कॉलोनी को आप एक मिनी भारत भी कह सकते हैं। हर स्टेट से आर्टिस्ट है यहाँ पे, हर कौम का आर्टिस्ट है और हर अलग अलग तरह का कलाकार है जो कि खानदानी है, जिसने के अपने दादा परदादाओं से सीखा है।
During the peak of Delhi summer, when most people refuse to step out of their homes even at night, those living in Kathputli colony celebrate their wedding season. This year, a single auspicious night has had as many as 11 weddings. This mad wedding rush is because of the DDA's slum redevelopment project, which might leave them homeless or in temporary shelters for at least 3 to 4 years.
मान लीजिए आज तो हम खुले में हैं, आज हमारा सब कुछ ऊपर नीचे है, किसी का छोटा घर है, किसी का बड़ा घर है, किसी का लाल है, किसी का नीला है। लेकिन अगर फ्लैट मिल जाते हैं तो नॉर्मली क्या है कि वो चार दीवारी है, जैसे सारी कला को, कलाकारों को और उनकी कलाओं को, उनके ट्रेडिशनल को अंदर जैसे बंद कर दो, धकेल के अंदर बंद कर दो, उस तरह से हो जाएगा, क्योंकि हम फिर खुल नहीं सकते। दूसरा क्या है कि नॉर्मली जब फ्लैटों में हम रहना शुरू कर देंगे तो फिर वो हमारी भी एक ईगो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी कि हमारे पास फ्लैट है तो हम सड़क के ऊपर क्यों परफॉर्म करें। हम सड़क के ऊपर जाके तमाशा नहीं कर सकते, सड़क के ऊपर जाके किसी को दिखा नहीं सकते।
for these travelling puppeteers living in a tiny slum in Delhi, the biggest battle they fight is that of survival. And while traditional puppeteers across India battle socio-economic changes and their inability to converse with the urban audience using vernacular texts, modern puppeteers are also fighting their own battle.
I really feel that across borders, across classes, puppet theatre is still something which people want to do as a hobby. Some young people who are working with us who are also from various NGOs, some of them have dropped out, not because of the fact that they're not making enough money. They probably are. They have dropped out because they feel it's not a respectable career. I think on paper there's everything. How many non-Hindi and non-English speakers are able to access this website? Very few. Non-internet savvy people, how can they access these grants? These are two things we really need to ask ourselves. 3, unlike the classical forms or the urban puppeteers or urban theatre walas, how many of the non-urban practitioners even know these things exist?
On the brighter side, apart from government initiatives, corporates like Infosys have also stepped forward to lend a helping hand. Their support has gone a long way in reviving the Yakshagana puppet tradition of Karnataka. Performing arts like puppetry have a regional flavour and setting associated with it. To ensure that there is a wholesome development, something along the lines of a European circus school might help. This model has trainers who are master performers and they impart their knowledge freely to a large number of students, thereby ensuring that all of them are trained in all different aspects of puppetry.